There's Bill. Kay. There's David Shoemake. That's Chris Hickerson. There's Glenn and his new wife. There's Bobby, his daughter, Becky. There's Uncle Ray. Paul Shoemake. This is John Doe number 2. Number 1. It's Uncle Glenn from the front side. And Lana, Leah, Aunt Dorothy. There's Dee Dee. Bill Hall, he'd be a cousin to my mother. Bill. There's Kay, Thelma, and Bobby and his daughter, and then his wife Becky. There's Franklin's daughter, Debbie. Uncle Ray. Go ahead. Okay. Dee Dee. This is a Hickerson. I can't see her name. And this is Bill Hall again. This is another Hickerson. That's his mother. Ed Hickerson's grandson, who was a brother to Orville. That's his father. This is Dale Hickerson. Dale's dad, is that Dale's dad there?
Dale Hickerson?
Dale here.
I think it's
This might be Dale.
LGB. I think Elsie's his dad.
Okay.
LGB. I believe. Pretty sure it is.
I lost Elsie. Okay. One. That's his son. Elsie would be my mother's cousin. That's Dwight. He's just a month or two older than me. That's Dee Dee's son. And this is David's wife, his second wife. Huh? And this is Dwight's daughter, the woman in the red. And Dwight's holding his grandbaby. I hadn't seen her since she was probably about 2 years old. She's winking at me. What? What? There's Dwight's hill.
Everybody be sure and sign and register so we can count it. Yeah. That's the same. Well, I don't know your address. I can't send you. I can't send you
Make that face again. I didn't have it on. There's Franklin taking my picture. Looks a lot like Dee Dee.
this one, Russ?
There's Barbara eating again. That's our third helping of dessert. This is Elsie. Now, how are you? I was trying to figure out where. See, Orville would be your uncle. Okay. And your dad was Ed?
Roy.
Roy. Was there an Ed?
Yes, but he was a half uncle.
Thomas was married 3 times.
Oh, he had 2 wives.
2 wives.
He'd probably been married twice.
Yeah.
First wife died.
And had children.
Sarah Jane Harp, and she was Will, Ed, Wallace, Dora.
Yeah.
Were the children that he had with her. And then Grandma Hickerson, she'd been married to a Mooneyham.
Okay.
She had Robert, Charlie, and Coleman.
With Mooneyham.
With Mooneyham.
Okay.
They married, and they had Orville, Roy, and Leela.
So we had half brothers on both sides.
And half brothers on
And
both
sisters. Mooneyham.
Mooneyham.
Okay. I hadn't heard that name before. But the picture that you sent me with Thomas Manley with a beard, that's would be your grandmother, the woman that's with him. Okay. That'd be my great-grandfather. If you're a cousin of my mother. Okay. So that'd be my great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather.
See, Orville died in 49. I was born in 50, so I never saw him other than pictures.
He was quite a fellow.
Well, that's what I'd heard. Who of the boys take most of him? Take after him most, do you think? Dee Dee or?
I think Frankie looks more like him.
Yeah? Of the pictures, yeah.
Almost exactly that.
Yeah.
He was just a little taller.
Yeah.
Uncle Orville was close to 6 feet. He's a pretty big fella.
I think I've got one picture of him and Grandma. So my grandmother looks the same. This probably, well, it had to be made in 49 or before. And she looks the same there as when in the 70s. You know, she hardly ever changed. Now, and there's some Hickersons that live down in Pampa. You think?
I'm not sure.
Somebody was saying that. I'll have to look at them. Tampa's only about 80 miles from where we live. So I might look them up.
Hickerson's out at Frederick, too.
Yeah, see, that's where Frederick and Blair is, and Granite is, see, Orville and Maud lived at Loma. Yeah.
But there's not the same group, it's a different group.
Oh, okay. Well, see, the McCurdy's were from around Granite. That's where I was born. And I think both grandparents are. Grandpa McCurdy was born in Texas, and he was buried in Oklahoma, but he was born in the same town.
Is that right?
Yeah, Blair, Oklahoma.
Well,
Back in the 20s, they had where the North Fork of the Red River. Texas was claiming that, and then they took it all to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said, no, that's part of Oklahoma. That's not the true Red River. It's further southwest. So they changed it to Blair, Oklahoma, and that's where he's buried. But on his, he was born in Blair, Texas, and buried in Blair, Oklahoma.
Now that's one for the book.
Yeah. This is Bobby's wife, Becky. That was LZ that I was talking with and recording. Walking away, and there's Joyce. And then that's Ruby. Looks a lot like Aunt Ray, but a lot like Grandma too. And Uncle Ray is, I said Aunt Ray, Uncle Ray's right there across from her. And Elsie said that Franklin looked the most like Grandpa Hickerson. Grandbaby. And her mother.
He's married, I'm not.
Dorothy, Ray, Laura, Floyd, Ruby, Joyce, Dee Dee. There's Thelma.
Taking the picture, you taking a picture?
There's Franklin's wife, Donna.
I do now.
Roy Hall. Uncle Ray, Wyatt again. Mildred. I mean Joyce. And Chris.
I know. Oh, those are some sheets.
They said everybody. Everybody's everybody.
Let me go get my pen.
I've been down to the gym. Taking kids to hook shot. The kids. It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years.
You can't really see.
Well, you know, it's been at least 2 years.
It's gonna take some more pictures, I think. Get a bunch in there.
72 was the last day on basketball. I was playing. I played shot ball around it. And they carried me off. Well, this great. The doctor told me I'd been better off I had. Yeah, doctor. I didn't go to the doctor the next day. He called me. nurse looked at it, she said, "Doctor, take what X-ray is." Come back in and said, "You're right."
Don't get in that way. Get in there.
Bill, get in there. This is all pre-water.
I don't know if I got a thing on here or not.
Here, now you go sit down. No.
There, that's all.
This is the school that Orville S. Hickerson helped build, what's left of it. This is the south end. We'll drive up and get the other two sides.
Yeah, that was number 24. It went here. I doubt if that'll take. That's okay. I found out how many film were in it. I thought they'd probably.
Dee Dee, Ray, Glenn, and Gerald went to this school. Calvin is the town where they lived. Grandpa Hickerson worked for the railroad there, driving a switch engine, and sometimes working at lumber mills in this area. And then they moved to Lone Wolf, Oklahoma, and that's where Dorothy, Mama, and Franklin were born. Got an old slate roof. Calvin is probably about 8 miles straight east of here. The boys used to have to cross through this. There was that cemetery just about a half a mile south of here, and they had to cross through here to get to school. They lived in Calvin, but they went to school here. So evidently there wasn't a school in Calvin. The White Chimney Cemetery, this is where Thomas Manley, that's the gate there, where Thomas Manley Hickerson is buried. There's one of the Hickersons that's named on as a caretaker, Jerry Hickerson. This is probably about 6 or 8 miles east of that school. That's Kay taking a picture of one of the tombstones of the Hickersons. You get a little, it's not a real big cemetery, but it's nice kept. This is Thomas Manley Hickerson's gravestone. He was a Civil War vet on the Confederate side.
Okay.
W.J. Hickerson, but we don't know the connection. But he had to be kin to him because he's buried next to him. But he wasn't a brother, even though he was 29 years younger than Thomas Manley. And we figure this was Mary Louise Hickerson was his wife. But we don't know how this person was related to him. but it wasn't his son because the boys said there was no WJ as a brother. Might have been a younger brother. Or there was no son, put it that way. It might have been his younger brother.
Well, you know, we had an interesting family.
It's kind of on a hilltop.
Oh, okay. Well, my dad's side, we got Alvin.
I think